super close. We didn't walk. We didn't Uber anywhere unless we were leaving the city, and we only left the city 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Like the next morning. The next morning we woke up. We actually Googled what was around us for breakfast because we didn't think that far, I guess, for eating. So we Googled something, and there was a place that had a lot of stars. What was that place called?
Great question. So, Sears Fine.
Sears Fine was really, really freaking good. It was very diner-like, very old, kind of like an old vibe. And they gave us something to...
So basically, whenever you go there and you order, they give you like a coin. They got like a machine, like an old machine. Slot machine. So you put it in there, and like you can get like a free meal, a discount for your next meal.
We didn't want anything.
No.
But it's okay.
We were bums.
It was still delicious. And then we walked around, and we looked around like we were gonna go shopping. We didn't end up getting anything, but I remember that we went to Steve Madden, and they asked me a question, and I don't remember what I said, but I said something about my husband, and that was the first time I was able to call Walter my husband. And it was a really weird but cool moment. So we did that, and then later in the day we went on a little hike. I don't remember what it was called.
Unfortunately, we don't remember the hike, but it was like basically along the bay.
It was along the bay, along like a cliff. It was really pretty. And while we were hiking, we ran into Lewis's diner. It's either Lewis's or Luis. I think it's Lewis's though, because I don't know the difference when it comes to spelling with the words.
Yeah, it's like Louis. Okay. She said it. She said it, folks. Listen to her.
And I had seen it on Pinterest like a year prior. It is on a cliff, because I mean we ran into it while we were hiking. It's on a cliff overlooking the water, and it's nothing but windows. So it's a beautiful view, but they closed at like 8, and it was like 8:15 when we got there.
Yeah, like we walked there. Like we saw it and we were like, okay, let's just walk.
You were like, oh, like let's go over there and get something to eat. Literally it closed like 15 minutes before. So the next day, we Ubered there.
We Ubered there. And it was out the way, very far out the way.
Very out the way.
She wanted to go, and we just got married, so who cares?
Right, it was so yummy. I think I don't remember if I got waffles or pancakes, but it was really, really good. We ate there, and then we took another Uber to Alcatraz. Walter really loved Alcatraz, so I'm gonna let you talk about Alcatraz. Talk about how gold.
Alcatraz is like the best place ever.
I mean,
well, not really.
Relatively speaking, when you're talking about prisons.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm pretty sure you guys like learned about it a little bit in school, but like I think well, I did. I don't know if you did.
Probably.
But so it was like the best prison, and it like had like
best prison because people couldn't escape because it was on an island.
Yeah, they couldn't escape at all.
Yeah. Oh, I got with chips in there. Unwrapping it.
But yeah, so they couldn't escape because it was like, I want to say roughly about 2-3 miles away from the city.
Yeah, from the mainland, and the bay, water is 1, freezing year-round, and 2, very rapid.
Yes, very cold. So we ended up taking a boat.
A ferry.
A ferry.
Yeah.
Boat, ferry.
Same thing.
So we took a ferry out, and it was good because we were like inside the entire time for the ferry, but it was like a 10 to 15 minute ferry. A lot of waves, so the water is very hectic there. So it's really hard to escape that prison, and I think potentially there was like 4 people that escaped, 3 to 4 people that escaped. We're not sure because there was like no bodies found, and they never heard of them again. But after that happened, they like shut down the prison because that prison is very hard to run, because everything that you need for that prison, you have to go to the city and export it out to the prison. Like,
a lot of the guards actually lived on the island with their families.
Yeah, so
like during part of it, we heard, because it was an audio tour, there was a little girl, well, she was a little girl when she lived there. She talked about how she would hear the guards, but she didn't even realize that they were prisoners because, well, hear the prisoners, but she didn't even realize it because she didn't know she was living on Alcatraz. But she, like, there was houses there for the guards. It was crazy.
Yeah, so if you really want to look at it, it was more like a military base, I guess you can say, because you can go there and you can like buy food and stuff like that, and there was homes.
Yeah.
And I think it was like on the weekends where the guards were able to like go out into the city and like spend their money and you know have a good time.
So it was really cool. We really enjoyed it. We were really freaking cold and it was raining a little bit, but
it was worth it.
It was worth it. It was really interesting.
So anybody that goes to San Francisco, please go to Alcatraz. And it's funny because like according to like my Air Force boot camp, I was located in Alcatraz because there's only like 2 more dorms that's like in Alcatraz because like the old dorms.
There's Alcatraz and there's Disneyland.
Yeah, everybody want to go to Disneyland because it's clean, it looks nice.
Tyler was in Disneyland, so Walter and Tyler like to. Tyler's Walter's best friend. Walter's like, you didn't even go to BMT because you weren't in Alcatraz. You were in Disneyland. You were treated nicely and cushioned.
Yeah, if you see the different photos, you'd be like, oh, like that's like really bad. I don't want to sleep there. And then you go to Disneyland, you're like, this is not half bad. Like, yeah, this is nice. It's like summer camp.
I got to see his dorm and I was like, that bed looks very uncomfortable.
I slept like a baby every day. But yeah.
So after Alcatraz, we picked up our luggage and we flew home. And we flew out at like 11 o'clock at night.
Did you talk about how we actually went to the breakfast? Yes, you did.
Oh, we didn't talk about how we went back to the hotel and then we stopped for ramen before we went to the airport. So we had ramen several times. We just didn't mention it because it was like too many times. But this ramen in the last place, I have to like tell you guys the name because it's worth mentioning. Maru Sushi. Guys, if we can figure out what we ordered, we'll put that in the description below because
it was so good.
It was so good. So that's what we had. We had ramen and then we went back to the hotel, got our luggage, and flew home. We flew home on like an 11 o'clock flight. So because of the time difference, when we got back, it was 6 a.m. We drove back from Orlando and that was the end of our wedding slash honeymoon.
Pretty much.
It was really cool. If you guys have any questions about our wedding, about how we planned anything, about, you know, more information about where we went or what we ate, let me know. Or even the things that we didn't get to do, because there was a handful of things that I really wanted to do that we didn't do. So
a lot of activities. Yeah,
so I've been telling him that we need to go back so that we can do that. And I am a huge Princess Diary fan, and I totally didn't even think about the fact that the high school that Mia Thermopolis went to is located in San Francisco. So that is now added to my list because I love Princess Diaries. I don't know if it's just me. Even if it is just me, I don't care. I love Princess Diaries.
Never watched it.
I would say I'd make you watch it, but it's very much so like a girly movie. So, but Anne Hathaway, a queen. Anywho.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
That's the end of our video. Make sure you like,
subscribe, and ring that bell.
Ring the ding, ding, ding.
Bye, guys.